Let's have a quick shootout round. Ready? I want everyone to answer. Do you all agree AWS has global infrastructure throughout the world? Okay. And where is AWS infrastructure in India? In Mumbai and Hyderabad. Wow. What are those places called? Okay. That remote location is called cloud. If I ask you where is the cloud is present in the remote location. Can I say Mumbai, Hyderabad, North Virginia, etc.? All these are all regions. So if someone asks you what is a region in AWS, can you say it's a geographical area? Can we say that? It's area, it's a place. Instead of calling a place, we call it as geographical area. I'll talk on that, okay. And what is there in the remote location? Data center. Super. And that data center has what? Infrastructure. Super. And what does that infrastructure contains? Servers, databases, etc. So many things. Good. So can we call, so if I ask you what is AWS, we know the full form is Amazon Web Services. But if I ask you what is AWS, what do you say? It is a cloud provider which provides, what does the AWS provide for us? Infrastructure. So it provides infrastructure as service. If someone asks what is AWS, you can say it's a cloud provider which provides infrastructure as a service for us. Super, super. Okay. And then we discuss about what? Correct. And then we discuss about what is computing. Processing the data, computing, so processing the data, adding, removing, all the stuff, we call it as computing. If you are doing this computing in that remote location, that is called cloud computing. Fantastic. Good. And then we discuss about deployment models. What are the different types of deployment models we have? Public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. Super. What is public cloud, Chiti? The provider services which are accessed by everyone is called the public cloud. Example? AWS. What is private cloud? The services which are accessed within the organization is called the private cloud. What is hybrid cloud? The combination of public and private is called hybrid cloud. Okay. And which type of cloud that we should be concentrating on? Public cloud, because our baby is there. AWS is there. Pooja, those who have missed my classes, you will get the recordings, don't worry. And then we discussed about the service models. What are the different types of service models we have? Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Super. You're able to remember everything? Huh? You need notes? Okay, I don't send PPTs. Okay, I'll send the PPTs, don't worry. But I'm very happy that you are able to follow the classes. And online guys, everyone, friends, do you remember everything? Did you revise? Did you revise or in brains? Cool. Injected. Okay. Nice. So what we're going to do today is, as I said, we'll be going a little bit deeper into service models. Okay. What are the we know that different type of service models is infrastructure as service, platform as service, and software as service. Let us talk about that. So Okay. Chitty, can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well? Okay, cool. Okay, Chitty, one question. The data centers that we are talking, which is in the remote location, those are completely managed by AWS. Do we control anything there? No. Very good. So how do we access those data centers? Using what console? AWS Management Console or Amazon Management Console. So we have that AWS Management Console, GT. AWS Management Console. Using this AWS Management Console or using this Management Console, what we do, we open that and we'll try to communicate with AWS. Good. And you all agree that AWS is a group of services? Okay, na? AWS is a group of services. I'll write. AWS is a group of services. Okay. Now, as I said, let us go a little bit deeper into this service models. Now, I want to take one person name. Clearly, name. Sharif. Sharif bhai, right? Okay. So I'll take Sharif. Huh? We have Sharif here. So okay. Sarojana. Okay. I'll take next time. Okay. So this is, let me remove this Ek Chutki Sindur. Okay, this is Mr. Sharif. Okay. Kya Sharif hai? Nice. So, okay. So we have our friend Sharif. Okay. Double E or R, but it doesn't matter. Okay, no problem. Sharif. So assume that doesn't. Okay, assume that this guy is a client. See, Sharif is looking Sharif. Very good. See, you got popular man now. Now, okay, good guys. See, now we have our Sharif. So assume that he's a client. What he has in his hands? Buka. So assume that in his hands, he has some application. He has some application, Chitty. That application is developed in, it can be Java or it can be .NET, etc. Somehow he has some application with him. Okay. Now, guys, Chitty. Now he started shouting. He started shouting in the market, saying that, in market, I have application in my hands. Can someone take this application, put it in the server, give me the URL to access it? You understand the requirement? You understood the requirement? Correct? So what is he has some application that is developed in any kind of language. So what is his requirement? He is asking someone in the market to take that application and put it in somewhere and give the URL. Sharif knows to do all these things. He doesn't know anything about it. He has only application. Arey bhai, mere paas application hai. I have only application. Someone please take it, put it in server and give me the URL. I want to access my application. That is the requirement. When he started shouting this, first person, he called Shafi. So Sharif went to that person and Sharif asked, yes, bhai, what is your name? And his name is Infrastructure as a Service, IaaS. His name is Infrastructure as a Service. So now the communication is happening between Sharif and then infrastructure as service. Now Sharif asked, okay, infrastructure as service, you called me, I came to you. You called me, I came to you. Tell me, how would you help me to host my application in your environment? So now infrastructure as service started telling to Sharif that, okay, Sharif, see, Sharif, are you interested to handle your own data center? Strong, confidently. No. No one nowadays are interested to handle their own data set because of lots of issues that we know already. So does the Sharif has data center with him? No. So infrastructure as service is telling that, okay, Sharif, you don't have data center. I have my data center. Infrastructure as service is telling Sharif, don't worry, I have my data center. I will give you option to go and do everything, whatever you want to do, you go and do that. In my data center, I'll have these things. See here. So I'll just move that a little bit. So here in his data center, he has these things. So in his data center, he has, okay, 1, 2, let's say, in his data center, he has network, his whole data center. Okay. On top of it, he has infrastructure as service in the backend. Does he has virtualization in the backend? Which is handling by AWS in the backend, right? He has the virtualization. On top of the virtualization, he has operating system, data, and application. See, I'll write first. On top of it, he has, what is that? OS. On top of it, he can put the data, and he can top of it, he has put the application. Okay, Chiti. So infrastructure as a service is telling that I have network that includes the data. I have a data center that includes the network. In my data center, I have the virtualization. On top of it, I have some operating systems. On top of it, you can put some data. On top of it, we can put the application. So now, is Sharif is interested to handle that AWS data center by his own? No, 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 no. So what AWS is providing for us in order to, right, infrastructure is providing, but how are we accessing our AWS infrastructure? Through console, correct? Through console. So through console, Amazon Management Console, we are accessing it. So infrastructure as service, guys, who is our baby in infrastructure as service? AWS. Who is the example so I'll take directly AWS because he is a infrastructure as service. AWS is telling that, hey, Sharif, I will be giving you a AWS management console, and using that, you can access my data center. You want to create virtual machines, create it. You want to create databases, create it. You want to set up a network, do it. Whatever you want to do it. You will not be having a feeling of missing your own data center. You will not be having a feeling of missing your own data center. You might be having a feeling, right? If I have my own data center, I could have gone in, I could have created everything by myself. Can we also do the same thing in AWS? Yes. Can we also do the same thing in AWS? Yes. So in the backend of AWS, Chitti, can we say that in the backend of AWS, we have a host machines? Yes or no? In the backend of AWS, we have a host machines. These host machines are managed by? Who is, this is a physical host machine in the backend. Who is handling that? Physical host machine. I'm talking about backend AWS. Backend in AWS. Who is handling those? AWS itself, right? He has a host machine. On top of, he has a hardware. On top of it, he has a hypervisor. On top of it, what do we create? Virtual machines we create. What's it? We create virtual machines. Everyone understood what is the host machine? Okay, I'll tell. AWS has its own data center. What does the data center contain? Infrastructure. What does the infrastructure contain? Servers. That servers are nothing but host machines. That servers are nothing but host machines. So did we learn about virtualization? We have a physical machine. On top of it, can we create virtual machines? Yes. So this AWS is giving option to Sharif that, hey, through AWS Management Console, you go and try to use our AWS Management Console and try to create virtual machines in our infrastructure. Got it? Using AWS Management Console, you go and create a virtual machines in a AWS data center and in the AWS infrastructure. You got this point? Is this clear, everyone, guys? Getting it? Okay, now, today, now, who is responsible for network and data center in the backend? You have to be strong and confident. Who is that guy? AWS. Who is responsible for network data center? AWS. Who is responsible for virtualization? AWS. Who is responsible for the whole data center in the backend? AWS. What do we create? Virtual machines. We create what? Virtual machines. Is there anything else that we are responsible for? No. We are creating the virtual machine. What does this virtual machine contain? It contains operating system, and you put the data and you put your application. So you are responsible for what, Chitty? Application, data, and operating system. What are customers? Okay, now I'll write. Here, customers are responsible for application, data, and OS. Correct? Chitty. So this is customer's responsibility. Responsibility. Who is responsible for virtualization, network, data center, all these things? AWS. Can I call it as provider? That can be AWS, that can be Azure, that can be anyone. Chit, you're getting it. You're getting it. Okay, now, again, I'm asking this question. Using what you will be creating virtual machines? Using what you will be interacting to the AWS data center? Using AWS Management Console. You can simply call it as console. Using console. So, and you also know the AWS is a group of services. Yes. If you want to create a virtual machine, you need to go to particular service in AWS. For creating virtual machines, there is one service. For creating databases, there is another service. For creating a storage, there is another service. For setting up network, for another service. So like this, for different requirements, we have different services in AWS. Chitty, I really congratulate you now that I'm introducing you the first service that you are in now. If you want to create a virtual machines in AWS, which is the service that you should go is EC2. What is that? EC2. What is the Chitty? EC2. That is the first service that you're hiring from the AWS. What is that? EC2. You have to name it, pronounce it. Huh? What is the full form of EC2? Huh? Elastic Compute Cloud. Elastic Compute Cloud. Chitty, this is a certification question. In certification, they'll ask, what is the full form of EC2? Option number, first option, Elastic Cloud Computing. Second option, Elastic Cloud Compute. Elastic Compute Cloud. Elastic something cloud. Something. So you see, so you can easily get confused. Okay, so please do not call it as Elastic Cloud Computing and all. It is purely say that it's Elastic Compute Cloud. That is a pakka certification question. Elastic Compute Cloud. Do not miss it. Okay. 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 Now tell me, Now, if I ask you a question, which is the service in AWS where you can go and create virtual machines? Tell me hard. EC2. Which is the service? EC2. So in EC2, what do we create? Virtual machines. Chitty, these virtual machines, it's not good to call it as virtual machines. From now onwards, we call it as instances. What is that called? Instances. Virtual machine, we call it as instance. Virtual machines, instances. So from now onwards, virtual machine should be called it as instance. Where do you create this instance? In EC2, and we call it as EC2 instance. We call it as EC2 instance. If someone asks you, hey, what is EC2? Can we say simply EC2 is a web service? Can we say web service? Everything is a web service. EC2 is or AWS web service where you can go and create virtual machines, or where you can create instances, or where you can create or launch EC2 instances. I'll write it now. So EC2 is a service from AWS where you can launch EC2 instances. Okay, definition of EC2. Anyways, we will be talking a lot about EC2, but simple definition of EC2. Did you got it? Everyone? Smooth as butter? Smooth, right? Understood, right? Nice. Okay. Now question for you. Certification question I'm asking you, you should answer it. In infrastructure as a service, customer is responsible for what? Application, data, operating system. These three. Application, data, operating system. You should not miss anything here. Application, data, operating system. So, okay, now I'll give you another certification question. Listen this question carefully and tell me. Okay, so now here Madhav is here. Madhav, what he did was he went and deployed one application in the EC2. He has configured it and he has deployed. And everyone in the internet, they access the application, right? And then everything is going good. There is a lot of sensitive data inside that application. Someone hacker hacked that data from the application, from the EC2. Tell me, whose responsibility is this? AWS or customer? Bolo? Again, mixed feelings. Someone says AWS, someone says customer. So the answer is customer. I'll tell you the reason. See, the interview certification questions will be like this only. So first thing, what are we responsible for? Like customer, application, data, and OS. So Madhav went and deployed his application inside the EC2. And then he didn't configure the security properly inside the EC2 instance. And someone hacked. What does AWS will do here? What you are responsible for application, data, and operating system. Whatever is there inside the instance, that meaning virtual machine, you are responsible. You cannot say to AWS that everything you have done. You cannot say that. Like how Siddharth will say in Bommarillu, huh? Everything you have done, daddy, huh? Mottam mere chesaru. You cannot say to AWS like that. So like this, now you understood whose responsibility is this? Customer's responsibility. So in fact, AWS doesn't have access inside your virtual machine. What is that, guys? AWS doesn't have access inside the AWS doesn't have access inside your instance. Instance meaning here virtual machine. Shri, understood? AWS will not have access. If he doesn't have any access, is he responsible whatever is happening inside your machine? No. Got it? They are providing the servers, but inside the servers, however, okay, now, okay, I'll give an example. Okay, Chiti, I'll give an example for this. You have purchased a nice flat from the builder. Huh? You have purchased a nice flat from the builder. Builder has set up everything and he gave the keys to you. And some thief went inside and he robbed something. Will you shout at builder? Huh? Will you shout at builder? Hey, builder, your flat and someone robbery happened. Build, you know, who is responsible here? You only. Same way here also, right? AWS is providing you the server, but it is your thing that you have to secure your machine. Whatever is there inside the machine, you are responsible for it. Got it, Chiti? Is that clear till here, everyone? Any questions? No, no? Nice. Okay. So then security is provided by, see, that's what, okay, now you have this confusion. So for this reason, AWS came up with something called shared responsibility model. What is it? Shared responsibility model. Shared responsibility model. Chiti, this shared responsibility model meaning AWS will be clearly telling you that, Chiti, Babu, I am not responsible whatever is happening inside your machine. If suddenly your machine is not working, if suddenly your machine is gone, whose responsibility is that? AWS. If something in networking, someone hacked in the backend of the data center, who is responsible? AWS. If something in backend host machine are dhamal, everything is in the backend, AWS. But whatever we are doing inside the virtual machine is responsible by customer only. Genius. Very good. Now you understood, guys, clearly what is in infrastructure service. So in infrastructure as a service, AWS will give you everything. AWS will give you the whole infrastructure. It is up to you whether how you want to design it, you go and design it. He'll give the keys. He'll tell you where is the CC camera. He will give you all kind of security weapons. It is up to you whether you want to secure it or not. As same thing as I said, builder will hand over the flat to you. It is up to you, put the lock. If you don't put the lock, if someone, something thief went inside, you cannot shout at builder. Builder will say that, Babu, I have given you the lock system. Why don't you use it? Same thing here also in AWS. AWS will say that I have given you the security services. Why can't you utilize it and make your EC2 instance secure? Right? For that reason, whatever whatever we are doing inside the machine, we are responsible for it. That is in infrastructure as a service. So provider will give you the infrastructure and it is up to us how we design it. Do we have full control on the servers? Yes, we have full control on the servers. Can you create hundreds of servers? Can you create terabytes of storage? Yes, you can do whatever you want to do. You can do it. AWS will give this opportunity. That is infrastructure as service. So this infrastructure as service, all these things is telling to Sharif. Now Sharif understood that, oh, so that meaning I have to do everything by myself. That is a summary, correct? Yes or no? I have to do everything by myself. AWS is providing the just infrastructure. I need to go and create a virtual machine. I need to go and set up everything. I need to do everything by myself. Is provider will help you to do that thing? No. So I will be doing everything by myself. Do I have control on everything now? Yes. So do you have any missing feeling of missing your data center now? No, because you are doing everything in the data center only virtually, right? You have full control. That is infrastructure as a service. So now, when Sharif started thinking, oh, this, I thought what, oh, what. Huh? So now next in the second guy in the second shop, one more person started calling. Who is that? Dusra wala, dukan wala, right? So the second guy and his name is platform as a service. Platform as a service. This platform as a service got little bit hurt. Because why? Sharif went to infrastructure as a service first. And this guy started telling, Sharif bhai, come here. Sharif went. Where did you went first? Sharif said, I went to infrastructure service. What did that guy said to you? What did he say to you? I don't have any talks to him. He is my enemy. Right? What did he told to you? Sharif said that he is infrastructure as service. So I need to go and set up everything. He will provide the infrastructure. And I need to go and set up my virtual machines, databases, everything. I need to secure it. Basically, I have to do everything. So, Sharif, do you know how to create virtual machine, how to set up all these things? As a client, as a customer, do you know? No. This platform as service, cunningly, he told that, Sharif, do you know how to do all these things? Good, AWS is providing everything, but do you know how to do? No. Then how will you do all these things? That is why I am here. And platform as a service is telling, that is why please come to me. Platform as a service. I will set up everything for you. Whatever is there in your hands. What is there in his hands? You just give that application to me. Bas. You don't create virtual machine. You don't create databases. You don't do anything. Bas chai peete dekho. Right? Give me that application. So this platform as service also has the same setup. That is first setup. And this is second setup. I mean, platform as service setup. So in platform as service setup, now tell me, Chiti, customer is responsible for what here? Application, data. Are we responsible for operating system here? Are we creating virtual machines here? We are giving just application and data for him. What does the application contain? Data only, no. Whatever the Baba code you are rating, it's only the data only, no. So what is you are giving? You are giving application and data to the provider. That's it. And everything responsible by provider only. So now here customer is responsible for what, Chiti? Application and data only. You understood here? Huh? Is customer. So, and operating system, virtualization, network, all these things are responsible by the provider. Samya, you understood what the meaning of platform? Platform will be given by the provider. What you have to do? You have to just throw the application. Bas, angar mein pani chinko. Everything, setting up everything will be done by the provider. What you have to do? You keep the application there. And that too, okay. Now, do you have control on the servers? No. Do you need to worry about the servers? No. Super. So no need to worry about the servers here. So you just give the application automatically. the application URL will be given to you here. So here, no need to worry on the servers. Do we need to worry on the servers, City? No. Do we have any control on the servers? No control on the servers. Okay, now Pusuk, you have version 1 application. Now you have developed version 2. You have developed version 2. So that meaning you need to give the version 2 to your provider here. Will you able to go and deploy everything by yourself? No. Are for each and everything you have to go and contact provider. Are Babu, please do this. Are Babu, to do this. Are Babu, I don't have control on the servers. You go and do this, do that, do this, do that. Everything will be completely managed by the provider. So we are responsible only for the application and data here. Is that clear? What is the platform meaning? He will give the platform. You have Java application. Provider will give you Tomcat platform. Your Java application will work on where? On Tomcat only, no? You have .NET application. This provider will give you .NET platform, right? So platform will be completely provided by the platform service here. Okay, now do we have a feeling now that, sir, in AWS, we need to go there and we have to do everything by ourselves, correct? How it would be if AWS is also providing like platform as a service? Sir, why I need to do everything there? Why I just give something to my AWS? AWS can't do everything behalf of me and give me the URL, like how the second one, platform as a service, is giving. Don't you got that? Didn't got triggered in your mind? You understand what I'm saying? So in platform as a service, we will just give the application. It will do everything behalf of us and give the URL. Can AWS can also do that? Yes. Remember, Chitti, AWS is not only meant for infrastructure as a service. AWS is also providing platform as a service. That is why our baby is number 1. Got it? Okay, now, which is that service in AWS which act as a platform as a service? Congratulations, I'm introducing you the second service, which is called Elastic Beanstalk. What is that? Elastic Beanstalk. Everyone should pronounce it. Elastic Beanstalk. Write down. Elastic Beanstalk. So, can we say Elastic Beanstalk is a service from AWS? Yes. Elastic Beanstalk is a service from AWS. And what does it do? I'll tell. If someone asks you what is Elastic Beanstalk, you should say like this. It is used for easy and quick deployment of applications in AWS. Simple. What is Elastic Beanstalk? Tell me. It is used for easy and quick deployment of applications in AWS. You give the application to AWS, to Beanstalk, and he will do everything on behalf of you. Like how our platform as a service is doing. Got it? Chitti, got it? Super. Which is the service in AWS where you can go and launch EC2 instances? Which is the service in AWS where you can go and create virtual machines? EC2. Which is the service in AWS where it is used for easy and quick deployment of applications? You can call it as Beanstalk or you can call it as Elastic Beanstalk, but don't call it as EBS. EBS refers for something else that we in coming days we'll get to know. Got it? Super. Chitty, here in infrastructure as service, we have AWS, and in platform as service, who is the example? Our second baby. Azure meant for platform as service. So does it mean that Azure will not provide infrastructure as service? It will provide. Our AWS provide infrastructure as service, platform as service, everything it provides. Initially, it started with only infrastructure service. When AWS came into the market, and he says that, hey, hello, hi, I am AWS. I am an infrastructure as a service. And for everyone, it got registered that he is infrastructure service. Later, due to the competition, he also added platform service. Can he also say that I am platform service? All the customers say that, hey, shut up. You are infrastructure as service only. Are no, bhai, I'm providing platform. You are infrastructure only. Okay, jane do. Right? So like this, AWS started expanding their services to multiple service models. That is why it is number one. Correct? That is why it is number one. Platform as a service is, platform as a service is just a model. To achieve that model, which is the service in AWS, which will achieve platform as a service model? Elastic Beanstalk. Got it? Okay, now, all in all, so Sharif got the information about platform as a service also. In platform service, customers are responsible for application and data. Nice. And there is also the third started coming from third shop. Software as a service. So guys, this software as a service, Chitty, this software as a service is very interesting. This software as a service is like Sitaya. It doesn't care. So what he'll say is, Sharifly he asked, Are Babu, software as a service. Yes. What are those two people? My brothers said, my elder brothers. Who are your elder brothers? Infrastructure service, platform service. And Sharif told the same thing. Infrastructure service, I need to go and set up everything by myself. And I need to go and create virtual machine, set up everything. How about platform service? In platform service, I need to respond. I need to just provide the application. That's it. Do I need to care about the servers? No. So my name is Software as a Service. Nice to meet you. And Sharif started giving, take my application. Chup. I don't want your application. No. I have my Baba application. Please take it and give it. No. I will provide you the application. I will provide you the application. Oh, what application? Whatever I'm providing, I'll provide it. I don't need that. No, whatever I'm providing, shut up and use it. So it is forcing to use their application. Example, your Zoom, Google, Gmail, Dropbox, whatever the application that you guys are using. Is there any way that you go and recommend Zoom to put 3-4 zeros in between? Zoom, like this? No, because it is application. Right? It is his application. So here, application, data, operating system, everything is completely managed by provider. Everything is responsible. Who is responsible? Everything is responsible by the provider. He just provide the application to you directly. That's it. Doesn't care about your requirement. In this software as a service, I would put the Salesforce. Whatever Salesforce is providing, you have to use it. There is no way that you can do your own stuff. In Gmail, if you take example Gmail, Chiti. In Gmail, there is called compose button. Can you put your own name? No. Can you create another button on the right side by yourself? No. Do you worry about the code, how the Gmail is written? No. Do you care where it is hosted? No, nothing. Application, you are using it. That's it. Do you have any control on Gmail? You are just using the application. That is software as a service. They are providing you the software and you should be using it. That is software as a service. Now, Chiti, tell me, out of all these service models that we have learned, infrastructure, platform, software, tell me in which area you have many job opportunities. So Navina said SaaS, Gaurav said SaaS. I'll take an example then. Guys, in software as a service, Chiti, in software as a service, if everything provider is taking care, what you will be doing there? What you will be doing there? If everything is managed by provider, what you will be doing there as an engineer? Just watch. There is no opportunities there much. Nothing. In platform as a service, all the hosting, deployment, security, everything is completely managed by the provider. What you will be doing there? Developing the application that is developed by our Baba people. What you will be doing there? In infrastructure as a service, everything you should be doing it. You need to go and create servers. You need to go and set up. You need to. That is why there are more job opportunities in infrastructure as a service. That is where our baby is there. It's AWS. That is why we need to concentrate on the top one. That is why Azure in the second one. That is why Salesforce is in the bottom. You understood today? You understood clearly? Have you got this kind of explanation of service models anywhere? So I bet if you go to internet and just type infrastructure as a service, you will go mad and come and hug me. Sir, whatever you told is kiss, sir, keep it simple. Right? You will not get. So that's why I said you should understand the concepts first. Right? Is it clear till here, everyone? Krishna, that we'll talk in the services when we go deeper. That blue, greens and all. Yes. See, there is a question. Aditya is asking, Chiti, here we are concentrating only on infrastructure service. As I said, in AWS has only infrastructure as service. No, it has platform service also. No, which is that service? Which is the service in AWS act as a platform as service? Beanstalk. So we'll be learning Beanstalk also? Yes. Yes, we'll be learning all those things. Okay. So now, the next very important, guys, very, 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 very important. Okay, platform as a service didn't understood. Okay. Let me give one more example on the spot. Chiti, you want to make biryani. What, sir? Always you talk about biryani only. What else I should take? Should I take chaat masala? Right? Okay. So let's say, for example, you want to prepare biryani. You want to eat biryani, not prepare. You want to eat biryani. If you want to eat biryani, there are multiple ways. Number one is you go purchase the chicken. You go and purchase all kind of ingredients like I don't what oil, onions, etc., etc., etc. Right? You go and purchase. You go purchase everything, all kind of masalas, everything, and you get to your home. You prepare by yourself. You do everything. You eat it. Which model is that? Infrastructure as a service. Another way to eat biryani. You go directly to restaurant. You order it and eat it. The biryani is yours. Whatever the data inside the biryani, the leg pieces and all, everything is yours. Which model is that? Platform as service. And you want to, you go and you don't want to go to the restaurant also. You are very lazy. Ready to eat packets is there. Go to the shop, get that packet, get it, open it, heat it, eat it. What is that? Now you understood the differences clearly. What is infrastructure, what is platform, and what is software? Yes. Good. Is that clear, Chitty? Everyone now? Okay. Guys, Chitty, the next important topics that we'll be talking is that we call it as the 3 T's. What is that? 3 T's. Number 1, Rangu, Ruchi. No, not so, not those 3 T's. But the thing is here, let me write. Guys, 3 T's. What are those 3 T's? Number 1 is elasticity. Second one is scalability. Third one is high availability. Without knowing these 3 T's, you cannot be working on the cloud. Without knowing these 3 T's, you cannot learn cloud. And you might have observed, what is the full form of EC2? The first, what is E represent? What is there before Beanstalk? Elastic. So you should know what is elastic meaning, first of all. So like this, you need to know, where is T, sir? Bye-bye. Aishwarya, I mean, 3 T's meaning last, TY, TY, T, TTT, that T, I mean. So 3 T's. So what does 3 T's? Elasticity, scalability, and high availability. Okay. So these 3 is must and should that I'll be talking in tomorrow's class. Okay. These 3 T's are very important because without these 3, we cannot design anything on AWS. If you want to design any architecture by yourself, these 3 T's you have to remember. But what are these 3 T's? We will see.